Did you purge your house and clean out your closets during stay-at-home orders?
Yeah, and now you need to figure out where you're going to sell it. And this is Chick to Chick.
Carrie, I didn't do it because I am a minimalist and I have nothing in my house. But I know
No
when
kidding.
people were stuck in their homes, when we all had to stay home, people started purging things and they started cleaning out closets and going, this is a great time to start doing things and getting rid of things that start to pile up.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, let's face it, there are a lot of places you couldn't go that you would normally go to drop off things, even if it was just, a community aid type place. But now people are starting to think about what it is exactly they can sell and make some extra money.
Yeah, not only could you not donate things, also, a lot of people rely on yard sales, and there really have not been many yard sales at all. So they're thinking, okay, what do I do with all of that stuff? Well, we have some great tips and some great advice so you can finally clear your house of all of those things that you wanted to purge.
Well, joining us today is our friend, Stacey Humes, and she is a savvy online seller. She might not think she is, but she is, and that's why we're talking to her. Stacey, thanks so much for being with us today, but we want to know, how'd you even get involved with us?
It was just, my mother was an antique dealer and I grew up with selling things, and we had stuff at our house that we had to sell. And sometimes at yard sales, you don't get a lot of money. And I tried online shopping and found that I could make a little bit extra. And that kind of led to it.
Well, speaking of online shopping and selling, Stacey, there are so many different apps out there and so many different ways to sell your stuff online. In your experience, which are the best apps out there? What's the best way to sell your stuff online?
There are so many apps out there to sell your stuff online. And it depends on what you're trying to sell. So if you have household goods, you could use eBay. You could use Facebook Marketplace, Macari. If you have clothing, shoes, you can use Poshmark, which is real easy to use. If you have luxury goods, you can use The RealReal and Tradesy. There's also ThreadUp, which you can just take your clothes, throw them in a bag, send them to ThreadUp. They'll pick what they want, and then they sell them for you, and then you get the money.
Is there one thing that you would say to avoid that you didn't have a really good experience with?
Oh, electronics I would never probably deal with, just because you don't know if they work or not. That's probably what I would avoid, is electronics.
Okay.
Yeah. How do you price things out? You were talking about a yard sale. I remember sitting there with my mom, and even, as an adult, you're like, you price out, you're like, oh, now you put it on the tab.
Your items are worth more actually than what they are.
So how do you do it?
So, when you go on sites, and I'll use Poshmark for an example. You can go so let's say you're selling a J. Crew dress, right? You can look up J. Crew dress, and you can actually filter to what things sold for. And then that can give you an idea of how to price your item to sell your item. And you can even do that on eBay as well. You can always look up sold items and find out what things sold for.
So it really gives you a good barometer, and you're getting some good information and good feedback on what to do with these things. Stacey, so many people, during our stay-at-home orders, they purged their house and they cleaned out all of their closets. Carrie did. And now they've got all that stuff sitting around. What do you say? What's a good thing to sell? And what are some things that people should just not sell and either pitch it or donate it or do something else with it? What are the hot things and what's not so hot?
Hot clothing, good clothing is always hot. Vintage clothing is really hot right now, especially with the younger generation. And I think used clothing right now, people are looking at sustainability, not putting clothes in landfills, those kind of things. And so a lot of people now are buying reused clothing. I mean, it's actually in style right now.
We'll call it repurposed. How's that?
Repurpose. That's a great word. Yes.
Okay, look, not to throw Flora under the bus, but we're all friends here. I'm dying laughing because I'm thinking, I wonder if there's vintage somewhere in Flora's closet.
Well,
So
to be honest here, my son's jeans from 8th grade are in my closet. I wear them. They fit. What the heck? Why not?
That's right.
I think it
They're
cracks
Levi's.
me
Who
up. I know
cares?
it cracks me up because
Who
sometimes
cares?
I look at my closet and I'm like, well, I'm trendy, but then I do have some older things that I'm kind of holding on to. I have my minimalist girlfriend sitting next to me over there.
Yeah, absolutely. Right.
Yeah, but
I'm all about it. I have zero issue. So you're saying clothes are super hot. What about like furniture or knickknacks or things like that?
I don't really do furniture unless it's my own furniture that I'm getting rid of. And again, people like to in today's economy, number one, people can't afford to go out and buy new. And sometimes there are people that buy things, and then they find that they don't fit in their living space, and they sell it, and it's brand new, and you can buy it for the fraction of it, the fraction of buying new.
So I have a question for me personally. I am a throw pillow hoarder. I have pillows from whatever style I had, from one sofa to another sofa to a bed. Something like that. They're still in great condition.
People
Is
buy
that
them.
something that would sell? And where would I put that?
You could sell that anywhere. I've sold pillows on Poshmark. I've sold pillows on eBay. Any of those sites, you could sell that.
Stacy, as we've purged, is there something that we shouldn't sell and just say, you know what, this isn't worth it? People aren't going to buy it, either pitch it or donate it.
Laura, I honestly feel like there's a buyer for everything, honestly. Maybe kids' books, obviously, there's so many of them. But you'd be amazed that sometimes you look at some of the series books that kids read, they actually go for some good money. So there's really not much that I would say, like there's always a buyer for something out there.
And I guess just try it, right?
Absolutely.
If somebody doesn't buy it, then donate it. But I guess you can at least try it.
Absolutely.
Some really good advice. And I am thinking of all of the things that I didn't really think would sell. I thought, that'll kind of be a waste of my time. But maybe I will. I mean, why not?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. There's always a buyer.
Now, Stacy, you've been talking about selling things online. And usually when you sell stuff, you're shipping it.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a different area where you're not selling the stuff online and you might need to meet somebody in person? What types of safety measures should you take? I guess you were saying like Facebook Marketplace or things like that, where you might have to meet somebody, or if you have a bigger item like furniture or a bike. What safety measures do you take before you meet somebody?
So if I sell something on Marketplace, I always meet somebody at a different location. Usually that's well populated. And I usually, if someone's around, take somebody with me. Mm-hmm. Or I tell my spouse, hey, I'm meeting so-and-so at this time at this place. When it comes to furniture and people coming to my house, I always make sure that someone's always at my house when someone's coming to look at furniture.
My question for that is, should you remove those pieces and put them maybe just in your garage so you're not bringing
Sometimes, like I sold my daughter's bedroom set, and there was no way. And so I've never had an issue with anybody that I've ever felt uncomfortable with. I mean, and a lot of times on Facebook Marketplace now, because of COVID, people are doing porch pickup. Like you buy it from them, they put it on their porch, you leave the money right there, and there's a no contact, but again, you're letting someone know where you live, right? Yeah. So anything that's small, I meet somebody somewhere. Anything furniture that I'm not lugging and putting in my car, obviously they have to come to my house.
Okay, Stacy, one final question quickly. Is this worth it? Can you make some real money doing this?
Yeah, yeah. I use my money to take my vacations. That's my play money.
Good
So
for you. Good.
yeah.
Laura, where you want to go? You're gonna have to come over here and help me with mine because you have nothing to sell at your house.
I have nothing to sell.
I'll give you a cut of mine.
We're going to take a European vacation. Oh, that's right. We can't go to Europe right now.
Yeah, we can't go anywhere.
That's another podcast.
That's another one. Hey, Stacey, this was great advice. Thanks so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. Thanks, Stacey.
Thanks.
Carrie, I am so excited that Stacey said you can make some real money and we're going to go on vacation. Like, we're clearing out your house. We're clearing everything else. And we're going on like this dream vacation next year. I can't wait.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, listen, it's not like I'm a hoarder, but there's 5 of us and it's a lot of history, a lot of stuff. And I'm excited. I'm excited to be able to sell some of it and see what happens. I'm usually not good at this stuff. Maybe it'll work. You're going to help me because you can't sell anything out of your house or your closet, but you can come help me with mine.
I don't have anything to sell. I throw everything out. She really had some great advice. So folks, if you have stuff to sell, try it. You just might make a few bucks. So that was great advice. And we love the fact that you follow us from week to week. We are all over social media. You can also go to our website, chick2chick.com. And at the very top, there is a contact tab. So you can send us a message. What do you want to hear us chirp about?
That's right. So until we're back again to chirp about another topic.